Hello friends, welcome to Global Online University. Friends, I am Bahubali. In this video, we are going to discuss some important MCQs on teaching aptitude. From this video, we have started crash course on teaching aptitude. So we will discuss MCQs on each and every topic. In this video, we are going to discuss MCQs on concept, meaning and characteristics of teaching. Friends, for your AP set examination December 2020, we have introduced crash course, and here where 20 mock tests are available, and also we are providing you entire syllabus in video lectures. It cost only at rupees 1999. It is available on our Global Online University app. And if you don't want to join for a crash course, alternatively you can join only for 20 mock tests, which are available only at rupees 499 on our website and WhatsApp group. And once if you subscribe for our crash course or our 20 mock tests, you will be added to our paid WhatsApp group, where you can access 20 mock tests. PDF of test is available in this WhatsApp group. You can discuss on MCQs, and this is our schedule for tests. You can pause the video and see the schedule. And here the first test is pre. Come and check your score. If you have any confusion related to our mock test, here you can give one test for pre. The link will be given in the description box, and also you can download the schedule from our description box. Let us move to the questions. Friends, here the question is, in context of dynamic teaching environment, which of the following statement is true? Option A, teacher is dependent variable and student is independent variable. Option B, teacher is independent variable and student is dependent variable. Option C, both teacher and student are intervening variable. Option D, none of the above. Friends, here in these four options, the right answer is option B, teacher is an independent variable and student is dependent variable. I hope you knew the answer, because here students are dependent on teachers. Okay, so teachers are independent variable and students are dependent variable. I hope you got the answer. Here the questions are also there in Telugu. You can pause the video and you can read the question. So let us move to the next question. At which of the following teaching levels classroom environment is required to be sufficiently open and independent? Option E, memory level of teaching. Option B, understanding level of teaching. Option C, reflective level of teaching. Option D, all of the above. Here the right answer is option C, reflective level of teaching. As we all know, there are three levels of teachings are there. One is memory level, second one is understanding level, third one is reflective level. Okay, reflective level of teaching is also known as the problem solving method. Okay, in memory level, just students are going to cram the facts. Okay, it promotes rote learning. In understanding level of teaching, students will try to understand the information given by the teacher. Then in reflective level of teaching, students will try to solve the problems, and it is here in this level of teaching, classroom environment is sufficiently open and independent. So option C, reflective level of teaching, is the correct answer. Let us move to the next question. The highest level of cognitive domain is option A, synthesis. Option B, analysis. Option C, comprehension. Option D, evaluation. Okay, the highest level of cognitive domain is option D, evaluation. Evaluation is the highest level. In one of our previous videos, we discussed it very clearly. Okay friends, let us move to the next question. Match the following characteristics and philosophy. Characteristics, learning by doing. B, education through environment. C, realization of truth, beauty and goodness. D, word as it is, here and now. Philosophy, first one naturalism, second one idealism, third one pragmatism, fourth one realism. Four options are there. Here the right option is option B. Okay, A is related to 3, means learning by doing. It is related to pragmatism. Then education through environment, it is naturalism. Then realization of truth, beauty and goodness, it means idealism. Then word as it is, here and now, it is related to realism. Please remember all these answers. Okay, naturalism means we are studying in the environment. Okay, and idealism, it believes in the God, in beauty, in goodness. Then pragmatism, where we are practical knowledge is promoted, where we are learning by doing. Okay, let me move to the next question. Which domain is concerned with physical and motor skills? Option A, cognitive domain. Option B, affective domain. Option C, psychomotor domain. Option D, none of the above. Here the right answer is option D, C. Psychomotor domain is related to physical and motor skills. Please remember this. Let us move to the next question. Teaching will be effective if the teacher. Option A, he is the master of the subject. Option B, has much experience in teaching the subject. Option C, starts from what students know already. Option D, uses many instructional aids. Friends, here the right answer is option C, starts from what students know already. A good teacher has to start from known things to unknown things. He has to teach first what students know, then he can move to the unknown information. So option C is the right answer. Let me go to the next question. Books can be a powerful source of communication provided. Option A, the content is abstract. Option B, the content is illustrative. Option C, the medium is Hindi. Option D, the content is presented through good print. Here the right answer is option B, the content is illustrative. If the content is illustrative in the book, then it is a powerful source of communication. Please remember this answer. Let us move to the next question. Match the following teaching maxims from whole to part. Self-study, training of senses. Main proponent, Gestalt psychologist Dalton, Montessori and Froebel. Friends, here the right answer is option A is the correct answer. From whole to part, it is a Gestalt psychologist. Self-study was promoted by the main proponent is Dalton, and training of senses proponents are Montessori and Froebel. So the right answer is option A. Please remember these answers. Let us move to the next question. Which of the following statements is correct? Option A, syllabus is annexed to the curriculum. Option B, curriculum is the same in all educational institutions. Option C, curriculum includes both formal and informal education. Option D, curriculum does not include methods of evaluation. Friends, here the right answer is option A, syllabus is an annexure to the curriculum. Please remember this answer. All other options are wrong here because curriculum is the same in all institutes. No, it is not correct. Curriculum includes both formal and informal education. No, then curriculum does not include methods of evaluation. No, it is also not right answer. Okay, here the right answer is option A, syllabus is an annexure to the curriculum. Let us move to the next question. The field of education is permeated by conflicts and misconception because option A, problems in education call for subjectivity of interpretation. Option B, problems encountered in teaching are not amenable to rigorous scientific investigation. Option C, there are not good teaching methods and procedures. Option D, teachers are not worthy of doing rigorous scientific investigation. The field of education is permeated by conflicts and misconception. What is the reason for that? Okay, there are 4 reasons are there. In those reasons, we have to choose very nearer reason. Okay, here the right answer is option B. Problems encountered in teaching are amenable to rigorous scientific investigation. Please remember the answer. Now we'll move to the next question. And friends, as you all know, we have introduced full syllabus video lecture crash course for AP set with including 20 mock tests only at rupees 1999, and also alternatively you can also join only for 20 mock tests. PDF solution also will provide only at rupees 499. The question is, all of the following are the characteristic features of an effective teacher except option A, emphasis upon standard, option B, emphasizing group discussion for the purpose of clarifying the objectives, option C, emphasis upon the quick control of the problematic situation, option D, differential treatment method out to students of his class. Friends, here the right answer is option D, differential treatment meted out to students of his class is the correct answer. Except all these other options A, B and C are the characteristics of effective teacher. I hope you got this. So let us move to the next question. A democratic society is one which option A, follows the principles of equality, freedom, fraternity and justice. Option B, respects the enlightened individuals. Option C, believes in equal educational opportunity. Option D, all of the above. Which options are true about the democratic society? Here all the options are correct. So the right option is option D, all of the above. Democratic society follows principles of equality, freedom and fraternity, respect the enlightened individuals, so believes in equal educational opportunity. All these options are right about the democratic society. Okay friends, I hope you knew this. Let me move to the next question. The major responsibility with which the school personnel have been entrusted is that option A, it harmonizes the needs of the child and demands of the society for the benefit of both. Option B, it makes the child able to get job. Option C, it prepares the school program according to the need of the child. Option D, all of the above. Friends, the right answer is option A. The major responsibility of the school is it harmonizes the needs of the child and demands of the society for the benefit of both. So option A is the correct answer. Please remember this. Let us move to the next question. The functions of a teacher is in the order of option A, guiding the child, helping him towards progress and evaluation. Option B, checking homework, guiding him and assigning further tasks. Option C, both of these. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, both of these. Okay, as a teacher he has to guide the child, he has to help towards progress, and also he has to check the homework and he has to guide him assigning further homework. So both options are right here. The next question is the first important step in teaching. Option A, planning beforehand. Option B, organizing material to be taught. Option C, knowing the background of students. Option D, none of the above. Okay, as you all know, before going to start the teaching process, teachers should know the background of the students. So option C is the correct answer. Let us move to the next question. Suppose you are teaching in a minority college where casteism and narrow-mindedness victimize you. For better adjustment there you should option A, uplift the humanistic values beyond this narrow wall and develop scientific temper in your students. Option B, be submissive there and save your job at all costs. Option C, rebel against such attitudes as it is against the norms of the Indian society. Option D, none of the above. Friends, here the correct answer is option A, uplift the humanistic values beyond this narrow wall and develop scientific temper in your students. As a good teacher, you have to do this. You have to develop humanistic values in the mind of students. So option A is the right answer. Okay, the next question is, which of the following statements regarding motivation is correct? Option A, free will, intellect and reason are the motivating factors according to Plato. Option B, inborn, unlearned tendencies called instincts are the motivating forces according to James Burt. Option C, curiosity and level of aspiration are the motivating factors according to Berlin. Option D, all of the above. Which of the statements are regarding motivation are correct? Option D, all of the above. All the options are A, B, C are correct regarding to the motivation. Let us move to the next question. In the final analysis, teaching must be thought of mainly as process of option A, asking questions and evaluating the learning, option B, directing the activities of the pupils, option C, hearing the recitation of pupils, option D, all of the above. The right answer is option B, directing the activities of the pupils. It is the final analysis. Teaching must be thought of mainly as a process of directing the activities of the pupils. Please remember the answer. Okay, the next question is, teachers should study educational philosophy. Because why teachers should study the educational philosophy? Because they do not know it, they do not have their own philosophy. Philosophy is the backbone of all disciplines. They may improve their work by clarifying their own philosophy. Okay, here is very near, and the right answer is option D. Teachers may not improve their work by clarifying their own philosophy. So they have to study educational philosophy. Please remember the answer. Okay friends, thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. Once again, I would like to remind you about our crash course, where we are providing the entire syllabus in video lecture and also 20 mock tests only at rupees 1999 on our Global Online University app. Alternatively, you can also join only for 20 mock tests with PDF solution available only at rupees 499 on our website and on our WhatsApp group. And once if you pay the fee, send the screenshot to this number, then you will be added to this paid WhatsApp group. If you want to join for crash course, you have to pay 1999, and if you want to join only for mock test, you have to pay 499. Okay friend, thank you very much. I would like to wish all the best for your preparation for all EPSET aspirants. For more videos related to KSET, MS Set, UGC Net, all other set examinations,